We're back in the parking lot. Adam, the tallest, strongest, sexiest Australian guy I could find around.
I'm paying him later.
He pays me later. Anyways, here's the deal. We have a big guy like Adam, not a gymnast, doesn't look like a gymnast, doesn't walk like a gymnast, but he's practicing and trying to become better. And one of the things that we talk about a lot is how do we get upside down with big guys like this? How do we even get started? What do we do with these guys that feel uncomfortable getting inverted and don't really know how to go about it? So you can get inverted in many different ways. You can be in a handstand, you can be hanging from a ring or from rings, from a bar. You can be doing a forward roll, backward roll, cartwheel, back flip, front flip, you name it, right? You can go upside down in so many different ways, but I think the biggest thing that we see in CrossFit gymnastics or just movement applied to CrossFit would be your handstand stuff. And I think a lot of times what happens is when you go upside down, all of a sudden you feel like pushing is pulling, right is left, left is right. You don't know where things are and you get very confused. So the goal before you get inverted is to teach people how to get into a good position, how to have some sort of awareness of what to think about and how to think about it, and what we can do with it. So the main thing is, we know what a hollow body position is, we know how to work that, we know that if we put you in a different place, we've seen it before, that you completely break, and we'll talk about that later. But if we're doing a handstand, what we need to create is the awareness of pushing and understanding that pushing when I'm standing is the same thing when I'm upside down or in a push-up position or on the rings or wherever I am at, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk about overhead position and how to go about it. So we're gonna grab a barbell. So we have a barbell. Adam, can you just show us an overhead press and finish in that overhead position? So Adam's gonna do an overhead press, he's gonna finish in his overhead position. Depending on who you're talking to, they would say shoulders down and that's a stronger place, or shoulders up. In gymnastics, we talk about shoulders up, two reasons. One, it actually allows you to create more midline stability by bringing everything in. And another thing is that it becomes way more progressive for different movements, especially in acrobatic behavior or when you're on certain apparatus. So Adam is in this overhead position, rib cage is down, butt is tight, shoulders are active, so we're gonna push the shoulders up. The other thing we're gonna think about is bending the bar. He's gonna think about trying to bend his thumbs backwards. That thumb backwards is that external rotation. What we're looking for is to create a big armpit so you can see these massive lats. We wanna see massive lats. Shoulders active, elbows locked out. So with the barbell, everyone feels comfortable. They know what to do. They just know how to press the barbell away so it doesn't smash their head, right? Bring the barbell down. Go ahead and put it on the ground for me. What happens is when I do a handstand and I'm upside down, all of a sudden I forget about that. And I try to think about pushing and pulling, and it just becomes this whole weird event. Has that happened to you?
No.
Not really?
Not really.
He's just a superstar, so when he got upside down, it was just like bang, perfect. But there are people out there that have no clue how to go about it. So what we want to do is we want to learn how to create that stiffness or that pushing behavior and being able to maintain that as I progress into these upside down positions, right? So because I'm a shorty, I'm gonna bring a box over and then I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. All right. Now, this is more like it. I'm a superstar, you're a little nugget right now, okay? That's what's happening. Arms up. So if I take Adam, no barbell, what happens is when he's not carrying any weight, he feels like, okay, my lats are a little tight, so it pulls my arms down. It's harder to hold my arms behind my ears. It's harder to press up. I see that the arms want to start spreading. So this position is way harder to maintain. But if I can learn how to get into this position while I'm standing, just standing and thinking about being in a handstand already, I'm already gonna be set up for success. Another thing that we like to do, and especially with kids, what we say is we say butt tight, belly tight. He's got that down. What I do is I grab his wrist or right below his wrist and I push down against him just so he feels, okay, do you feel what that's like? Do you feel the pushing? You get it?
Yeah.
So once they understand that with no barbell that's holding their hands together, then we can start talking about other positions. First position, you're gonna go into a push-up position for me on the ground. In this push-up position, what I want to tell Adam is I want to first create a big base support. So I'm going to spread my fingers out big spread fingers. The second thing I'm gonna say is I want that elbow to be fully locked. So lock that elbow out. Strong, locked elbow. Second thing I want to tell him, or third thing better said, is I want to push away from the ground. So here, this is gonna look a little weird, but I want to think push away, push strong, push tall. You feel that?
Yeah.
Even taller. You can push away, you can round your back a little bit if you want, that's totally fine. I actually want you to tuck your head in a little bit. Once he's in this position, I'm gonna ask him to do the following. I'm gonna push his shoulders away from the ground. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create this overhead position. And I want Adam to start figuring this out. I want him to feel like he's strong and safe pushing away. Right now he feels a stretch, but what we're creating is this awareness of pushing while already upside down. Can you see how we're 45-degree angle approximately? You start to feel strong. I want to emphasize, lock those elbows out, feel strong there, push away, head is in a neutral position. Go ahead and rest for me, Adam. Just creating that awareness of hands flat on the ground, elbows locked out, shoulders pushing away, head in a neutral position, and being able to emphasize that while in a push-up position or in this kind of yoga pose that you were just doing right now is going to be the beginning of getting our athletes inverted. The next step you can use is the following. We can grab a box. I'm going to put Adam's feet on the box. He's going to put his hands on the ground. He's going to do the same push-up position that he just did. Once he gets into that push-up position, we're gonna ask him to do the same thing. Spread your fingers, grab the ground, lock your elbows out, push away from the ground. Now tuck your head in and push away. Now what's happening is we're starting to get his butt up a little higher. And he can walk his feet over to his hands a little bit, keep pushing away from the ground, keep pushing away from the ground. And just emphasizing this is what's gonna get our athletes strong. And just spending a couple of minutes under that position is gonna be work. And that work is gonna translate into more comfort being upside down and feeling a little safer. Good, come on out of it, Adam. How did that feel?
Yeah, good.
Do you feel like you're working?
Strong.
Strong. Like Australian bull. Are there bulls in Australia?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you call them?
Bulls.
Bulls. Same thing. Weird. Anyways, so what do we do to make this a little harder? We start bringing his feet up. The higher his feet come, the higher the hips come, the more vertical his position will be, right? Simple. Spend 3 minutes a day in that position in one of those ranges, and I guarantee that as you start going upside down, you're gonna feel a little better.